Hello, everyone. It is round 23 of the Scrabble Players Championship brought to you by NASPA, and I am Nits Chagti. I am joined here by Elise Bickford, and we are bringing you live commentary from Hanover, Maryland. Today, we're going to see Winter play off against Sam Rosin. Both of these players in the ready. They really need to get this win to have any shot at going to that top two. Elise, what are you thinking?
Yeah, if you look at the standings, you'll see that both of them are doing quite well, but are still sort of in the upper middle of the pack. So they're really going to keep themselves in contention for the money.
I agree. I mean, half wins, which means he has 12 wins and one tie, and look, 797. That is an incredible spread. It is the best of those who have 13 wins. And Winter here with a spread of 233, he's really gonna want to win this game.
Yeah, we're running out of time, so this is maybe a last chance game for both of them. We'll see what
Absolutely.
happens.
I'd love to see how their games have been going this morning and these past few days. I believe we're going to have an insight into what their highest scores have been in the last few games. Perhaps they are both in a rut. Perhaps they're both on a, oh, look at that, about even streaks for both Winter and Sam. We're going to get those titles fixed very quickly. And Winter here has 3 wins under his belt. Oh, I believe that is Ben Schoenbrunst. Never mind, folks. We are going to get you the updated preview very quickly. But as far as we know, that Winter just played. He just played his last game, and I believe he may have won that game. Elise, do you have any different information on that?
Um, I would have to take a quick look at this. Oh, here we go.
There we
Oh
go.
no. Yeah, I think it's updated. At least Sam's are updated now.
Fantastic. And Sam having lost to Sammy Okasaga and Sam Rosen are both DC natives. They are very close to the DMV area and have both come to the DC club. So I can attest to, having played them, and they're really great players. Winter also a great player. I would love to see what happens on this board. Let's get ready and let's get to it. The players are seated. And I'm really excited for this game. How are you feeling, Elise?
Me too. I'm very excited to see what happens.
Alrighty. Winter to go first, and he's drawing his tiles. I believe he's not one of those players who keeps his tiles all haphazard, so that would be interesting to see what happens.
Yeah, it would be a nice treat for us if he keeps them alphabetized and lined up correctly, but we will see. Okay, and so he's drawing AGTOUVF.
Oh boy. I don't know how I feel about that. Winter, however, has been doing a lot of studying recently. He's really been going at it, and there's a reason why he is doing so well. He's in 8th place currently, and I'm sure that he's either going to find a really great 5-letter word here, GAVOT, Gavot, keeping FU, or the Italian fugato, I'm pretty sure that's Italian, keeping the V.
Yeah, I wonder if there's also merit to just playing short here with something like Vug, keeping AFOT. That just keeps
Oh,
things really tight and defensive. I guess Gov is a similar idea.
that's
I
a
don't
really good
dislike
point.
this.
Yeah, I mean, you know what? When you have a V on your rack, sometimes it's just a really good idea to put it out in space on your first turn because it's going to make things harder for your opponent.
Absolutely. And we'll see if Sam is able to come back maybe with some overlaps here with his X.
I believe he won't have to if he wants. Sam can blow this board wide open. He can get rid of that S right now, and he can just play hoaxes, Hoaxes, for 40 points, making govs. Thoughts on that, Elise? Would you want to go ahead and do some overlaps with like AX, or do you want to do hoaxes for 40?
Ooh, that's a tough choice. I mean, you see 40 points and it seems really nice. I would definitely be considering parting with my S here. But I'd also want to look if I have some other X plays that maybe score comparably, but keep that S. He could play something like Hoax above Gov for 28, and that might also be a good option.
Right, right. I mean, I think Axe is nice and defensive. I mean, it just depends on what you want this board to look like and what you feel comfortable with going on with this game, right? I think Sam is just going to consider his top optimal moves. Maybe he's thinking of SOX socks for 34. Maybe he's thinking of hoax on top of Gov, hoaxes for 40. I would like to see him play. I guess I would like to see him play hoaxes.
Yeah, me too. I think when it's a difference between 12 points, I don't know, we usually say that the S is worth a little bit more than that, but it's still early on in the game. There's still 3 S's out, still the blanks out there. I think you shouldn't feel too precious about it at this point.
That's a good point. That's a good point. I wonder if there's any merit to just doing axe though. And oh, he's going to do ooh. This is going to be 16 points, keeping Sayax and sets up his X. That's really interesting. I wonder if that's going to pay off for him. I don't know.
This is cool, but yeah, I wonder if Winter sniffs out that this is an X setup. It is a little bit transparent, but I guess we'll see if he can really do anything about it here.
Yeah, I guess you could. I guess you could just put your F over there, but what do you do? I guess you could do coughed, COFT. That's 34. He's seen that immediately. Good for him. And now that Sam has gotten rid of that H, he does not have an underlap for the C. Cough for 34, I think, is such a solid play. Why not, right? And Sam so close to Eutexias or Eutaxis, not going to be able to do that right now. He's just going to have to go ahead and play through that C if he wants anything north of 40 points.
Yeah, he has a really nice play that gets that X on the double letter score and then doubles the word here if he wants to play through that C. He also, once again, could cash in his S with something making govs, just trying to get his X on that triple letter score. He has tuxes there, so that's another option.
Oh, I like that. I might. Okay, so if I'm thinking of the play through the C, I'm thinking of exacts, right? Like EXACTS. And I'm thinking, well, that puts the X right on the triple lane. And what are the chances that my opponent is going to be able to play a 4 or 5 letter word through that X? Is that really something that I want to worry about? And maybe I do, because the X being in that spot, and if Winter is able to use it, gives him 24 points just for that X. It gets tripled. But it's 46 points.
Yeah, that is true. He could get hit back, but I think those scenarios are going to have to be pretty specific. He would need a word like prex or ilex. So I think at this point, it's worth it to maybe take the little risk and just get 46 points. It's a huge score.
That's a good point. That's a good point. And now Winter has a really great spot to put down Ouija. It's one of those J words that you are really happy to see when you have so many vowels. OUIJA. That will give him 29 points to the side of exacts, depending on where if he wants to play it to the left of exacts. And I hope he does. I feel like that's a pretty solid play to put down.
Yeah, I like putting this to the left of exacts. You score 3 more points than if you put it to the right. I guess maybe one downside is that once you slot the U there, there is kind of a nice scoring spot through that with the double letter and double word. So if we see Ouija extending down to the E and exacts to the left, you'll see that through that U there's a nice spot. So it might be a little bit more defensive putting it in the other placement, but I think these are really minor differences.
That's a good point. I guess one of the other merits of Ouija on column C, which is to the left of exacts, and this might not be what Winter is considering, is it kind of obstructs the use of that G a little bit, that X a little bit. So if you think about Ouija coming down where it is exactly right now, you can't play a 4 or 5 letter word with that X, and Sam is denied that opportunity, as opposed to if he'd been able to play a 4 letter word ending in that X.
That's a great point. Yeah, so maybe this play is even more defensive than I thought.
Really annoying rack for Sam now. Nobody likes to see that many eyes, and definitely not the U and the G along with that. I would consider this to be a pretty quick exchange, but I don't know. I mean, Elise, are you in favor of exchanging? Do you like exchanging?
I am, yeah. I think the best you could do here is something like guys through the S and exacts, but that still leaves a bunch of I's and opens a triple triple. I think you just keep EIS here and hope for a better draw next turn.
Right. I guess I probably wouldn't hang on to that I. I would probably just keep it to ES just because it's still early in the game. There's a lot of vowels out. But can't fault him for doing a pretty quick exchange. He has to keep moving. And now to Winter, who has emulated.
Yeah, very nice here. Let's see.
Um, for him to be able to score. But he has quite a lot of bingos on this board if he decides to make the blank an S. I wonder what Winter will go with. Would you go ahead and play Emulates knowing that that puts the E in the triple lane?
I might consider playing something like line mates instead, or line mate, sorry. It only scores 2 fewer points and it seems just slightly more defensive. I guess the downside is it does end one short of that second double word score. So if Sam has an S, he could hook it for a good number of points. But yeah, there might be a few other options here. He really has kind of an overflow of bingos. So
That's true. That's true. I mean, he's definitely going to see at least one of them. We're just waiting to see what bingo comes down. I like the idea of playing Govs and Maltese or Maltese. I don't really know how to pronounce that, but I'm not paid the big bucks to pronounce words. I'm only paid to find them. And I think line mate is such a great play, but also just using the Govs spot is great because it's really obstructing the board there. I like that it's pretty defensive. It's making that I of Ouija and the U of Ouija harder to use. And it just takes that spot out.
yeah, I really like that too. And the engine agrees. It's putting bingos like, excuse me, line mate and Maltese ahead of the higher scoring emulate option. So I think you do want to be thinking about board shape here. And oftentimes these board shape considerations are going to be more important than just taking 2 or 3 extra points.
Absolutely. And I really like that line mate has come down. It has all the benefits as you already mentioned. And I think this is a really great find by Winter. Definitely what he wanted to play here.
Yeah, and it looks like Sam is going to come back with a bingo of his own. This
Oh,
is
wow.
exciting.
Yeah, that's going to be a very quick turnaround. I would expect Sam to come down with this pretty quickly. I bet he has seen this. He's just thinking about where he should play it. He could play it above line mate or below line mate. If you guys have already seen it in the chat, I believe you have. The word is indeed failles, fails. Any idea on what that means, Elise?
Yeah, so it might be phase because it's French, and I just said that with a very weird Canadian accent, but it is a shiny woven silk fabric.
Ooh, love to see it. And shiny woven fabric for Sam Rosin coming down 77 points, nothing to sneeze at. He is in this game. The game is only 6 points apart right now. But Winter now with his blank. Oh boy.
Yeah, and it looks like he's not going to be able to do much with it this turn, but I think he can bide his time and maybe work through some of the clunk on his rack. How would you think about doing that, Nits?
Well, I mean, I kind of just see guava first thing, right? I mean, I see that and I'm thinking I get to get rid of the U, the V, the G, my A's. I don't mind playing guava, making GAE, but maybe that's a little hasty. Maybe I should be playing a little short, perhaps just UVA, uva. Maybe I could play that making FEU, just the word under line mate, and that would be 20 points. It keeps GAS blank, and this board is pretty. I mean, I'd say this board is pretty open. There's the floaters to the E. You could play through the O. You could play from the S up exacts. I'm not. I'm not really mad about the idea of playing short
Yeah, and would you think about playing something to this S in phase? You know, just maybe
Ah,
taking a scoring option for your opponent next turn?
that's a
And that's what he's going to
really
do.
that's a really really good point. That's a really good point. Um, you know, possibly yes. I mean, I like the defensive mindset. I like it. Um, he can't do vugs because that keeps AAS. So I mean, this is a really good alternate, I'd say. Is this the kind of play that at least that you'd be thinking of making, or would you say I'm just going to leave that part of the board alone and I'm just going to move on?
I don't know. I think as an intermediate player, it's maybe the kind of play that I'm trying to talk myself out of more because you see a triple and you just want to take it. And I think that's kind of a mindset for people who are getting better at Scrabble. But here, I think it might have been called for. It's just so hard to evaluate, especially on such an open board,
Right,
when you need to close it, how you need to close it, how much you need to close it, etc.
right, right. I agree. I agree. That's a really great point. Um, Sam now he is down. He needs to be able to score a lot of points, and this board is pretty conducive to overlaps. This is such a great board for you to get a lot of tiles down and make a lot of words at the same time. I see that he could play perhaps something like YEAD, Yeed, making MYAETA and Fed right below line mate. That would give him 42 points. Of course, it wouldn't stop Winter from coming down with a bingo next turn, but I believe Toggies would be the word that Winter would be able to play. Oh, or maybe not. Don't let me tell you fake things, folks.
Yeah, I would definitely be looking at that spot under line mate if I had the Y. It's just such a juicy hot spot. So any sort of underlapping play there, I think, is going to be the right idea just to get the most out of that tile.
I agree. I agree. Um, he's going to scan the board. He's going to do his due diligence. He knows that he doesn't have anything to do on the bottom half of the board. Like, there's really not great opportunities for him. Uh, Maybe he could just play BYE by, to the side of Vaz.
Oh, that's another interesting option. Keeping things, I guess, slightly tighter, although you're never really going to get this board tight. It's super wide open with this lane with Fayez and that S hook on Gov still being in play.
Right, right. I'm glad that he's saying Yid though, because that's going to come down for 42. Doesn't leave him many vowels, but I don't think he has to worry about that too much right now. Playing four tiles gives him a good opportunity to draw some. The board, it has a few floating vowels. If he does get stuck with consonants in the end, but maybe suggestion in the chat of DYNE instead, dine, and that would keep BAG, which keeps a vowel. Thoughts on that, Elise?
Yeah, I like that. I think if you have the opportunity to keep a vowel with your consonants, you usually should take it, even if you're sacrificing a few points to do so. At the same time, the N and the G do kind of synergize pretty well together. So I sometimes view them as sort of one consonant instead of two, although
I
that doesn't
agree.
always pan out. It really depends on your draw with those two tiles.
Right. Right. I agree. I agree. I also feel the same way about N and G, kind of synergizing really well and being basically one consonant. So I'm really glad that you pointed that out. Yeed 42 points, nothing to sneeze at. I think this is a good play. I think he had to go ahead and keep scoring, and now it's on to Winter to find hostage. Oh, he's going to do
Wow.
Haglets. He's impressing us. Oh my
Wow,
gosh, look at
that's a cool
Winter.
word. Look at him go.
That's incredible. That's a really great find.
Yeah, and a haglet is a type of seagull, for those of you who are curious.
Ooh. All right. Not the biggest fan of seagulls over here, but unfortunately for Sam though, I don't think I don't think he has a bingo here. I don't think he's going to be able to come back with
He's
Rough.
gonna
Oh, and he's
challenge
going to challenge
this.
it.
Understandable, it's an obscure word.
I agree. Also, it's 5 points. This is Collins. And thank you again to Art Moore for wordjudge.me. We are able to see this challenge take place in real time. The players are going to come back and an extra 5 points for Sam Rosin before he decides what to do with a rack that just won't bingo.
Yeah, this has got to be a little frustrating for him.
And really, kudos to Winter for knowing this word. I mean, this is a relatively obscure word. I mean, I don't really go around looking at seagulls and thinking, oh, that's a haglet. So, I mean, good on him for doing his due diligence.
Absolutely. And yeah, would you be thinking to play long or short here if you were Sam?
Oh, man, that's such a tough question, right? I'm trying not to be super greedy about my rack leave. I'm trying more and more, I'm trying to think in terms of equity. And what I mean by that is evaluating the score of my play and the value of the tiles that are left behind. And if I play a long word, it would have to score enough for it to be worth blowing up a rack that is on its way to becoming really fruitful. As this board starts to close down, I'm thinking, where would I play the bingo? Where would I get things down? Right now, this board is still, it's still usable. So maybe I would play, oh man, like maybe I would get rid of the N and the B somewhere. Like, but I don't really know how I would do that without scoring 10 points. I mean, what are your thoughts, Elise?
Yeah, I kind of like a play like Bling through the L and Feis. That doubles the G, and so you're getting 20 points. It does kind of open up an S hook. Maybe your opponent could hit back on that triple, but I think that's not super likely. So that just cleans up the rack and leaves ENT. Could even play something like Bin there if you want to just go for broke and keep EGINT and hope to bingo. So bin through the I in phase would be a shorter option, but
Fair, yeah.
hard to say.
So I like this. I like those options. I personally would want to keep those floaters open. What are your thoughts on going just really ham and doing something crazy like opening up a triple triple? What about NEB on column B, making BO?
Ooh, that's an interesting option. Yeah, I kind of like that too, keeping TING and keeping things alive. And my simulation actually likes that as the top choice here. So it might be warranted. I mean, he's not super behind, but you don't want to let this game get out of hand.
I agree. It's a little, man, it's like a little dangerous though. I don't know if Sam's going to do it. I don't know if I would do it. I just feel like it's a little scary. But is that N really all that scary to triple triple through? Is Winter likely to play through it? I don't know. And if he does, I still get the leftover floaters on this board on the right side of the board. So maybe it's worth doing because it's not the only spot on the board for one to bingo. I mean, surely Winter would be distracted by the N.
Yeah, and I guess I'd be looking at the pool at this point to try to see, okay, what's actually out there that I could get hit back with. And I'm not really seeing too much dangerous stuff. I mean, both the blanks are gone at this point. Yeah, what would you think, kind of considering what the pool is? How does that affect how you would assess this move?
That's a fantastic question. I guess I would be worried about UN words or IN words, but there's only one U left. I mean, yes, there's a lot of I's, but I guess in that moment, I'm not really worried about my opponent's bingo because Winter has just picked up 7 random tiles, and that's why I'm thinking, like I mean, I guess it's worth the shot. It's not like Winter has been grooming his rack for multiple turns.
Yeah, that's a great point. You always want to be thinking after your opponent has bingoed. Oh, that adds an extra level of variance. They haven't had the time to groom their rack. They could have total garbage. They also could draw well, but it's going to be less likely that they have a really nice rack with 1 point bingo tiles.
Right, right. But then I guess the other argument to not doing Neb is that there is column B, so there is the word AE on the board, and that takes a lot of front hooks. So Sam would be able to bingo from there if he picks up a 7-letter word after he plays bling or something like that. If he obstructs some of his floaters, he still has a chance to get stuff down on this board. I guess, I mean, he doesn't really have to worry too much right now, I would say, about running out of space right now, right now.
Yeah, that's a great point.
Is Sam going to? Okay, he's about to do betting. All right.
Yeah, this is the highest scoring option here. I don't know. I think I maybe would have liked to see something a little bit shorter, just not blowing up the rack, but 26
Right.
points is 26 points.
I agree. And sometimes, sometimes you think, okay, I'm down and all I really need is just points, right? Like, I mean, Sam is drawing his tiles. He's doing okay. And okay, there we go. He's drawn some really good tiles. And it's on to, Winter now to deal with this because betting does take an S. There is an S unseen to Winter. There was an S unseen to Sam. And he really needs that if he wants to get a high scoring bingo down. Winter, of course, is going to go down with QIN pretty quickly, not wasting time.
Yeah, and this seems pretty automatic. It's kind of the best you can do here with the Q on this board, and you need to get rid of it this turn.
Right, right. I believe Sam will be able to come down with Trounced. I think that still fits on this board. Does it?
Oh, yeah, it does.
Okay, fantastic.
So yeah, that's going to breathe some life into this game for Sam.
He just needs to go ahead and see that spot on the board. I guess when you're looking at the top of this board and you're seeing that V, that A, you're seeing all these tiles there, maybe you don't remember that O still gives you enough spots to put down 7 tiles and get a bingo. Now this is going to be 62 points for Trounced, and Sam is definitely going to find it. There we go. He's found it. Lovely, really lovely play. That's exactly what he needs to do. And he finds his only bingo.
Yeah, excellent find from Sam.
I guess there's a reason why he's rated 2000, huh?
Absolutely.
And I mean, look at Winter. He's just doing so well in this tournament. He is in 8th place. He's rated 200 rating points below Sam Rosin, and he is finding things like Haglets, and he's making these incredible plays. And I believe, now he's just going to have to go ahead and keep his head on straight to be able to coast to victory. But so many tiles left unseen. Third of the game still available to us. I think anything could happen.
Yeah, this is still a very, very close game. And yeah, Winter's going to go down with Yin.
I'm not sure how I feel about that play. And I only say that because that was the last Y. And I say that because Gothy is a word. And I actually would have liked to play something underneath Gothy. But Yin, it's blocking the betting's hook. So there is that. He doesn't have the S. Might as well get rid of that danger.
Yeah, I liked the play of WYN under Gothy or under Goth a little bit better, just keeping a vowel. We see that he drew all consonants into his consonant-heavy weave. I think that might have given him a little bit more insurance, but that Y hook on Goth is really pretty hard to spot.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. What is Sam to do now? I mean, he has a few options. He's behind, so he's still down about 30 points. What do you think of a play like a board, ABORD, from the A of Haglets? Now that keeps KAN. We know now that the K is a pretty okay tile. It's pretty decent. It's positive. And it just makes a little bit of space on the board. I don't really know if he's inferring something from Winter's last play. I don't know if he'd want to do that.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, it scores 33 points, which seems pretty nice. I guess if he wanted to keep things tighter, he could also play from this BI and betting, sorry, and just offload his RNK, getting rid of some of those consonant clunks. He can play Burke there. That scores
Oh, nice.
similarly. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's incredible. Oh man, and Chad has pointed out a really, really nice overlap to the side of Vaz. It is the word need, and it looks like Sam is just about to play that. Need through the E of Faye. It's gonna play for 42 points, keeping BOR. Oh my gosh, thoughts on that?
That is beautiful. Yeah, I really like that. Great
That's
board
a really
vision
great
on his
find.
part. Yeah.
I I agree. And I mean, looking at Winter's Rack, all I wish was that Prindle was a valid word. The word that comes up in Sweet Life of Zack and Cody, show that every one of you has watched, I'm sure. But not much to do for Winter. Jeez, this is just you need vowels right now. You really need vowels right now.
Yeah, this is super tough.
I guess if a board had come down, it would have given Winter another vowel to play through. So without even knowing it, Sam has, made life a lot harder for Winter. He's probably going to have to play off two or three tiles unless he exchanges. Oh, he's exchanging. He's exchanging
He's
seven.
exchanging 7.
Oh man. I mean, would you have kept the D in this situation?
Yeah, the pool is vowel heavy. So I don't know. I would
That's
maybe keep a
interesting.
consonant here.
Yeah, I think so too. I agree. Maybe, I mean, maybe I'm overvaluing the D, but I feel like it was like the last one, and you're not going to duplicate it. It's pretty nice. It's a nice scoring tile, and there's a lot of R's if you want to throw them back in, sure, whatever. But on
He
to
could have
Sam.
maybe, yeah, played through this rack too with something like bind to the
Yeah,
triple, but I don't hate this.
yeah. Oh, and Sam, he has a lot of O's on his rack. Um, but the funny thing is that he's got this word puri, Poori, which is a deep fried uh, bread that is eaten in India, and I personally love puri. It's one of my favorite foods of all time. It would play for 16 points to above trounced. I don't think it's a good idea, but that it would really get rid of those O's. But I mean, I really hope that he does not play on top of trounced, just because it would give back, I think, a little too much.
Yeah, I mean, he has a razor thin lead right now, and the Z is still out there. You could get hit back with the big Z play. I think you've got to be a little bit careful. I'd maybe play Boo somewhere. I think you can
Ooh,
play it underneath Haglitz, just with AB. And he's going to go with
oh,
Oop, which is kind of a similar idea. I like this.
me too, me too. Um, it's 18 points, keeps BIRO. It's pretty flexible. And it's, I mean, 18 points. And if only Winter had a T right now.
Yeah, but he does, I think, have a T that he can play through. If he spots this T and trounced, he's going to have a really high scoring play here. And yeah, this is going to come down pretty quickly. Oh, wait.
Nice.
He could have played Ritz there.
Oh,
Oh, that seems like a miss.
I wonder if so this is 42 points for Ziti, and it's 69 points for Sitz or Ritz. And I wonder if he just really didn't want to hold on to three vowels in an S. But man, 69 points is so many.
Yeah, I think I would have taken the points here. That's
Honestly,
interesting.
yeah, me too. This was very interesting. I guess it can be difficult to get yourself out of the mindset of what are the tiles that I'm leaving behind. So if you're playing relatively faster, if you're trying to put your opponent under time pressure, which you can because Sam is under 5 minutes now, perhaps you're thinking, okay, like let me keep the best tiles that I can and let me just move on without really scoring and really thinking about the value of the leave and the value of the score.
Yeah, it's always a balance. Time management is hard. You want to keep the time pressure on, but you also don't want to make too many sacrifices in the process.
I agree. Sam now going through his options. Do you see anything good for him?
Oh, okay. He's going to play a boil. I like
Oh, that's pretty
this.
nice. Yeah,
Yeah, just scoring.
I like this.
If he had a floating P, he would have had parabolae.
Oh
And
my
then
gosh,
that didn't
it's an
come to
incredible
be.
find.
Yeah.
That's so cool. A boil for 30 points. I like it. I say, you know what? RIE is a really nice leave. Send it. It's getting really close to the end game. There are 12 tiles unseen and 3 Rs for Winter to deal with.
Yeah, how do you work through these R's here?
Oh, man. With a lot of pain and difficulty, I guess. I'm thinking of, I don't even think that this is a great idea. Just something like DORR, but I hate doing that because that would go above trounced and it just gives back so much. Um, is he able to play? Man, what would he even do? Could he do like redo to the side of? Oh my gosh, he's doing a redo to the side of Yin.
Yeah, I think this makes a lot of sense. It doesn't actually open up too much dangerous stuff. It's pretty hard to overlap plays in the right-hand column there. So I like this. It scores 28.
And yeah, he could still pick up some vowels. He doesn't know. I mean, there's stuff unseen to him. And Sam, he's shaking a little bit. I can imagine he's under time pressure. This is a tough moment to be in because those tiles that are unseen to you, oh man, like, is there something that Winter's going to be able to do? Is he going to be able to get a bingo down somewhere right at the end of this game? I mean, be I'd be freaking out a little bit, honestly. Like, is there an E or a G, maybe? Um,
Yeah, I mean, he almost could have sparring or something, but I don't see a G on the board. So looking at this pool, I'm not sure if I would be so concerned about bingo possibilities. I would mainly just be thinking about outrunning here, trying to
right,
offload my W's and score enough to hold on.
right. That's a really good point. Um, I wonder if Sam is thinking of, let's see, okay. So what could he draw and what does he play? What if he were to do, what if he were to play NOW now and he gets 18 points for that and he keeps EEIMRW? Well, he's got WEM off to the side. What happens, like, what does he draw to EEIMRW? I'm thinking. I guess he could draw a wireman, but would that fit on this board?
Ooh, I'm not seeing necessarily a spot for it. I think we might have lost our board camera here.
Oh, don't worry, folks. We will have that fixed before you know it. Luckily, Sam has not placed any tiles on the board yet. They are pausing the clock.
This is
Just
good
a,
blindfold Scrabble practice for everyone. Some of our top experts like to play games with blindfolds on, and they can do it. So maybe you
oh my
in the audience
gosh.
can try it yourself. See if you can remember the position.
Anyone who can do blindfold Scrabble is just incredible to me, just overpowered. I think to be able to hold that many tiles in your head. This one time I was in a car ride with some friends and they were playing blindfold Scrabble as they were driving. And I was like, this is insane. I mean, I could not do it.
Me neither. Yeah, I've played blindfold chess before, but the board is so much smaller. The Scrabble board is huge. It's just so much stuff to keep track of.
I agree. So, if you guys maybe did not remember, Sam's rack is EEIMRWW. The board is interesting to say the least. I wonder if it's possible for Sam to get rid of EWW. That is a new three-letter word. I wonder if we'll see that come down. But he was looking at the tiles WEM. I wonder, like, Elise, where do you think he could have possibly put those tiles?
Um, let's see. So if I remember, I think there was an AE left on the board, and way is a word, so he could play it there, but that was on the left-hand side, right next to the triple lane, so it seems a little bit scary. Um, hmm, maybe above trounced? I'm trying to remember if that was still open. That might be a possibility.
Ooh, that's interesting. So there's an S unseen to Sam. Do we remember if Winter had an S? Because that would be interesting. We know that betting takes an S, and I wonder if that will come into play in this game. I wonder if Winter will try to do bettings and SNO something. Of course, if Sam had that S, that'd be really nice for him. He would be able to play Snow, and maybe he needs to play NOW so that he stops SNO plays. Maybe he stops something from coming down there.
That's a great idea. Yeah, I kind of forgot that that hook was still there because yin sort of partially obstructs it, but it doesn't really block it. And oh, Winter does have the S, so yeah, it might become crucial that he plays something like new to block that spot and prevent Winter from scoring a bunch there.
Oh yeah.
Although we
Uh,
see that Winter isn't really going to be able to take advantage of that spot with his rack. He's just bogged down by those R's.
yeah. I mean, not really sure what they're supposed to do here. Um, Winter, of course, not on turn here. It is Sam's turn. The score is 374 to 359. Sam is playing Weem. Oh, there we go. He's playing that for 21 points. That's a
Okay.
really good spot.
Yeah, yeah. And the leave of wire is pretty nice. He could
I
maybe draw
agree.
into some outs and two or something like that.
I agree. I mean, it's pretty flexible. You want to keep that E, especially right now. Of course, Sam now is going to draw the P out of the bag. He's going to have a wiper. And I think it's imperative for Winter to be able to stop that from coming down the board. Um, I guess Wiper would play above trounced, right?
Oh, yeah, it fits there. So Winter's going to need to block that if he wants to take this game. And yeah, for those of you in the audience who can't see the board, so Sam just played Weem next to betting on the left-hand side, making a few overlaps.
That's a pretty great play. I think it's really great board vision on Sam's part. I'd say. Um, really well spotted. Sam, however, has left a tile in the bag. I wonder if he knows that there's a tile in the bag.
Oh, is he on hold? Are
Oh,
they
that would have
challenging?
explained it.
Maybe they're challenging Weem. Okay, this is interesting.
Oh, nice. And Chad has pointed out that Wiper would play making WAE, and that's a great point by the chat. Sam has done a really good job of keeping a really flexible lead that would play in two spots on this board, and he really needs to be able to score points. This is such a close game. Sam is at 380 points, and Winter just 6 points behind. He needs, I mean, I don't think I see any wins for Winter here. This is just rough.
Yeah, I don't either. I think given that, yeah, Sam has two different outs, he's going to be able to go out next turn no matter what Winter does. And he's going to score quite a bit for Wiper. That should do it. That should put him over the finish line here.
Yeah, I mean, really well played by Sam and really well played by Winter. I mean, Haglitz coming down instead of hostage, as I'd expected, hostage being a common word, and Haglitz being the bane of your existence, some seagulls at the beach. I mean, just really beautifully found, really beautifully done.
Yeah, another close game, another nail biter. Great play from both of these players.
I agree. I absolutely agree. I mean, just I love that we get to see such exciting games on the board. I love that we get to see these players dealing with such difficult decisions. Do you blow through your rack? Do you play short? Do you open up a triple triple? Do you block a floater? Do you, like put down one tile instead of multiple? It's it's a pleasure. And I'm just so glad that I was able to share this with you, Elise. I'm so glad that we were able to join in and watch this game together. The players are really doing their best to get stuff on the board, and just, to keep showing up and keep giving us incredible entertainment while also fighting for their best chance.
Absolutely, yeah. It's just so much fun to watch and so much fun to commentate with my greatest Scrabble friends. This has been awesome.
I agree. Like, this has been such a great set of commentators. I feel like I've been really spoiled for choice. We have such fun commentators, such great personalities. Charles Ranke, we have you, of course, Elise Bickford, Neil Gunn, we have Matthew O'Connor. And I think like we've just been able to mesh and vibe together really well. Of course, we're going to have Matt O'Connor on stream soon before you know it. I wonder what has been put down on the board. Perhaps it is Garni, the word Garni, but Sam's going to waste no time coming down with Viper, and that will be Sam's game.
Yeah, well done to Sam. And thank you for everyone in the chat for still hanging on while we have these technical difficulties. We really appreciate your engagement. We love reading your thoughts in the comments. And yeah, we're going to try to get this fixed for the next game. So stay with us here.